Never marry a man who thinks these 10 things are normal. Let me say something a lot of women learn too late. Marriage doesn't fix a man, it reveals him. So if you're ignoring certain behaviors now, telling yourself, he'll change, it's not that bad, or I can handle it, you're not preparing for marriage. You're preparing for stress, heartbreak, and silent suffering. Because the truth is, some men already show you exactly how they will treat you as a wife. You just don't want to believe it yet. Today, we're talking about 10 things a man thinks are normal, but should be a complete deal breaker. And trust me, by the time we get to number 10, you'll understand why some marriages feel like emotional prisons. Before we dive in, if you're a woman who values real, raw conversations about love, sex, and relationships, go ahead, subscribe, hit that like button, and tell me in the comments what's one red flag you ignored that you'll never ignore again. Now, let's get into it. 1. Disrespect during arguments. Let's start here because this is where many women start making excuses. If a man believes it's normal to insult you, raise his voice at you, mock you, or embarrass you during arguments, that's not anger, that's lack of control and lack of respect. And here's the part most women don't realize. Marriage doesn't calm that down, it amplifies it. Because once he feels secure that you're not going anywhere, the filter disappears. And that kind of disrespect, it often comes from a deeper mindset, which leads us to this. Cheating is not a big deal. If he casually says things like, men will always cheat, it's just a mistake, or worse, tries to normalize it, believe him, because a man who downplays cheating has already made room for it in his mind. And once respect is missing and loyalty is optional, you're not in a relationship, you're in emotional survival mode. But do you know what makes cheating even easier for a man like that? Lack of communication. A man who refuses to communicate is a man who avoids responsibility. Silent treatment, ignoring your messages, shutting down when things get serious. And you're left there, overthinking, guessing, trying to fix something he won't even talk about. That's not peace, that's emotional frustration. And when communication breaks down, everything else starts to fall apart, including something very practical: financial irresponsibility. Let's be real, love is beautiful, but bills are very real. If he's reckless with money, has no plan, no discipline, no vision, you will feel it in marriage. Because financial stress doesn't just affect your wallet, it affects your peace, your respect for him, and your stability as a woman. And a man who lacks discipline in money often lacks discipline in other areas too. Like this one, controlling your life. Now it starts looking like, don't wear that, stop talking to her, why are you going out? And some women confuse this with love. No, that's control dressed up as protection. A man who wants to control your life doesn't see you as a partner, he sees you as someone to manage. And when control enters the relationship, guess what quietly disappears? No accountability. Now everything is, it's not my fault, you made me do it. That's just how I am. A man who cannot take accountability will never grow, and you'll slowly become the one carrying the emotional weight of the entire relationship, fixing, adjusting, forgiving, while he stays the same. And over time, that imbalance creates resentment, especially when you realize something painful. He always prioritizes others over you. Friends come first, family comes first, everyone comes first, except you. And at first, you try to be understanding, you don't want to seem demanding, but deep down, you feel it. You're not a priority, you're an option. And in marriage, that feeling becomes louder, heavier, and harder to ignore. Because if he doesn't prioritize you now, what makes you think he will when life gets more demanding? Especially if he already lacks this next thing: lack of ambition. A man who is comfortable being stagnant will eventually frustrate a woman who wants to grow. No goals, no vision, no drive to become better, and you start feeling like you're dragging the relationship forward alone. Ambition isn't just about money, it's about mindset, because a man without vision will eventually create a life that feels stuck. And when there's no growth, emotional connection starts to fade too. Emotional unavailability. Now you're with him, but you feel alone. He can't open up. He can't support you emotionally. He doesn't understand your needs. And every conversation that should bring you closer feels shallow. This is one of the most painful places to be as a woman, because you don't just want a man who's physically present, you want one who feels you. And when he doesn't, something dangerous starts to happen. Taking you for granted. This is where everything comes together. He stops trying, stops appreciating you, stops showing up the way he used to, because in his mind, you're not going anywhere. And that right there, that's how love slowly dies. Not with one big mistake, but with consistent neglect. Listen, a man will only treat you the way he believes is acceptable. So when he shows you his version of normal, don't argue with it. Don't try to fix it. Decide if you can live with it. Because marriage doesn't change a man's standards, it locks you into them. If this spoke to you, don't stay silent. Drop a comment. Which of these hit you the hardest? Like this video if you want more real, unfiltered conversations like this. And subscribe, because we're not sugarcoating anything here. You deserve better, but only if you're willing to stop accepting less.